So let's talk about It Ends With Us, book versus movie now. First of all, I'm just going to drop it out there that I like what they did with the movie, because normally I am not a fan of book adaptations. I am always watching it and saying, this don't happen in the book. My imagination was better, especially after all the controversy that surrounded It Ends With Us movie. You know, first of all, the casting choice. Second, behind the scene drama. I wanted the entire boss to mellow down before I see the movie. I don't think that would have actually swayed my opinion anyway, because I pride myself in being a very objective person when it comes to things like this. And when I was watching this movie, I tried to calm down and just watch it. And I enjoyed every bit of it. And surprisingly, despite the entire drama with Lively and Baldoni, their chemistry in this movie was 100%. It was so good. I really liked their chemistry. That's number one thing I liked in this movie. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Volke. So you should definitely join in the book discussion by liking this video and also subscribing to my channel so that you always get notified when there's a book you just have to hear about. If you have not read the book, if you have not seen the movie, here's what it's about. So you have to tread carefully, because It Ends With Us is actually a heavy story. Heavy in the sense that it deals with a lot of trauma bordering on abuse. That's domestic abuse. It can be triggering to a certain audience, so you have to tread carefully. It follows Lily Bloom. Yes, I know the name is funny. Lily Bloom is Lively here, and it opens with her going for her father's burial ceremony, and we'll soon learn further that her father was actually abusive, so their relationship is straining because of that. However, after her father's burial, when she returns back to Boston, she goes to this rooftop just to get a view of the city, and that's where she meets this hot neurosurgeon, Ryle. They just got to talking from there, sharing naked truths. That's things that you not tell any other person before. You know how these things go, and there's a romantic spark there, but they didn't see each other anymore for a while. After a while, he comes into her store. Unknowingly to her, the person that's been working with her, Alyssa, is actually Ryle's sister. So, you know, those meet cute things, and that's how they kicked it off. Everything was going at breakneck speed. Everything was kind of almost too good to be true. But very soon, things started to be very fuzzy when there was an accident in the kitchen and he shoved her really hard. Then also there's a blast from her past. In her past, there's this person, Atlas, that she shared a very deep connection with, that no matter what Ryle does, he will never ever get to that standard or that connection that she had with Atlas. So that's one. So she meets Atlas again in a restaurant. He's running a restaurant now. So that's on the side. Then the fact that Ryle is abusive. So yes, now Lily is in a situation where she has to choose whether to continue with emotional trauma or generational trauma, or choose to just overlook Ryle's behavior. So in as much as there's heavy dose of romance here, there's actually a time for you to sit and ponder with Lily Bloom. I personally appreciated that this movie was created, because I will make my confession now. Okay, it's not really a confession, because if you go back to my videos, I think that was 2020, when I reviewed It Ends With Us for the first time, I was on Team Ryle. That's why I like that I watched the movie, because when I read the book, first of all, I kept making excuses. I said, okay, let's look at this. Ryle has trauma that he's trying to unpack. How about they go to therapy? Take note, this was before Colleen Hoover wrote a book too. That I don't think was necessary. So I kept saying, okay, maybe they can go for therapy. Maybe they can just, you know, there's a way around these things that I was hoping Lily was going to forgive Ryle. Yeah, I said it. So that one I was giving excuses for Ryle, because he lost a brother. So I said, okay, maybe he's still battling with this thing. So maybe they can just take him to therapy and they can work this out. They can work it out. Then also the first incident where he hit her, I was saying, okay, was it not a mistake? At least like somebody was burnt, because it happens a lot of us that when you are burnt, or when you react to something, you jerk. In my head, that was what happened. The reason that I said, okay, Ryle acted badly, was when he pushed her down the stairs. Even at that, I was still saying, maybe I can't, you know. But watching the movie and listening to Baldoni speak, that's the main character in this, and the person who played Ryle, he said when he was trying to prepare for this role, he wanted to do it right. He says that most of his abusers, they do not see themselves as abusers. So yeah, he wanted to really portray that. Although they played it out like, yes, this might be an accident, but it's also a questionable accident. And but later on, when Lily was going through the entire emotions, what she was realizing that okay, this might be a repetition of the past. By repetition of the past, I mean her mother also experienced the same abuse. So saying that from her point of view, that no, it was not a mistake, because most of the time these abusers, just because they don't see themselves as abusers, they will make you the victim, not to believe your eyes and your ears. So that was it. For a while, Lily thought that okay, he loves me, it was a mistake, it was a mistake, it was a mistake. But later on she realized that no, you have to believe your own eyes, you have to believe your own feelings. You got hurt by this person that you love. So yes, I got to learn about that while watching the movie, because I was actually Team Morale, saying that okay, I'm not giving any excuse for abuse, no way, never. I'm just saying maybe we should cut Ryle. I was saying, after reading the book, I was saying maybe they should also cut Ryle some slack, that okay, he was battling some trauma, and if he's open to doing better, then that's fine. But now that I saw it in the movie, I said okay, yes, I am not in Ryle. He experienced some trauma, but that's not on Lily. All my doubts and excuses have been cleared. If I want to rate this movie, I'll give it 4 stars. I think that it was a good portrayal of the book, although a lot of people beg to differ, but I think it was a good portrayal of the book. I can just see the people who have not read the book before watching this movie, and I think it's just really a good build-up, a good love story. I think that they'll experience the story the way I've experienced it the first time I read the book. I kept on flipping quickly and saying, okay, what happened next? What happens next? Okay, this is a good love story. What happens next? That I always like that feeling when I'm reading a book or watching a movie. So you're holding your breath to know what happens next. So I'm happy about that. So that's why I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 stars. It's too bad that a lot of the drama surrounding the movie really kind of overshadowed the entire essence of the story and the movie. But I think it's a good one. I think you should still go and see it in the cinema. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I'd like to know if you ever saw Ryle from my point of view. If you ever said, okay, let's cut Ryle some slack back then when you read the book or when you saw the movie as well. Ever seen the movie, do you think that we should still cut Ryle some slack or no? So let me know what you think in the comments. Basically, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.